When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
Will says, hey, Ben and Kelly, I have a situation that you may not take seriously, but it's real.
Okay, try us.
I have a female roommate. It was going great at first. She's neat, tidy, pays all the bills on time, shares in food expenses.
Love it.
Now that she's been here a couple of months, she's taken to walking around naked.
Oh.
Yep, and the first thing my friend said when I told them was, so? Typical dude response, right?
Right.
I know, but it's not that simple. She has a boyfriend and shows no interest in me, but she's very attractive. It's hard for me to deal with. What should I do? Kick her out? She's a great roommate besides the whole naked thing. I asked her once why she struts around naked, and she says I was raised by a couple of hippies. Nudity is no big deal to me.
Okay.
So what do you think I should do? How should I handle this? Thanks.
Well, I could also see that being an issue if Will decided to bring a female around the place and then his female roommate just is walking around. Oh, hey, whoops. I mean, she's going to get the wrong impression. Like, she doesn't know all this. And
what does the boyfriend think? Does he know that his girlfriend is walking around naked in front of another dude? I'm
sure that he understands that.
You're sure he knows and understands and it's fine?
Yeah.
Really?
We're
making
not
that assumption?
Sure, because we're not talking to him.
Okay. All right. I would think that most guys, I'm thinking, because Will is reaching out and he sees a problem with it. He's not dating her. If her boyfriend was aware, then I think there would be an issue. Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Am I the only one on this island thinking that? I can't be. I cannot be.
I would say if I'm just thinking, birds of a feather flock together. If she has and was
she's
raised
dating another nudist.
I'm just thinking that if she is very free and open like that, maybe she has attracted someone who is of like-minded and is like, whoa, far out, type of.
Or he's just unaware and assumed she wouldn't be walking around naked in front of another dude.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Justin texts in and suggests if nudity isn't a big deal, then you start walking around too naked. And I don't know, maybe he's not comfortable doing that.
Well, it would drive home a point, maybe. Maybe.
Well, I am I the only one who's also thinking it's only time until I don't know. It
doesn't sound like it. She hasn't shown any interest.
Yeah,
she's got a boyfriend.
Well, she has a boyfriend now. What if she doesn't?
Okay. All right. What are you saying then?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying,
Will doesn't want
Kelly.
this situation. He doesn't want this situation. So what do we do? So here, maybe if he knows, surely he's met his roommate's boyfriend.
Yeah,
right?
I would imagine he's been over.
Okay, so if he said something to the female roommate, she's blown it off. Maybe we go to the boyfriend and just be like, hey,
do you know?
I'm kind of uncomfortable with her walking around naked here.
All right.
Feels not right because you guys are dating, all the things.
And by the way, you know that, right?
Exactly.
By the way, you know she does that, right?
I feel like that's the next step, right?
Yeah,
we
maybe.
Just make sure maybe the boyfriend isn't aware she's doing this and he can shut it down.
Okay. All right. That's an option. Let us
That's
know.
my thought.
Let us know what you think. 502-795-1997. But more importantly, let us know your wild roommate stories.
Does it get more wild than walking around naked?
It could. It could. And maybe misery loves company. And maybe you can be like, Will, count your blessings, buddy. My roommate did this.
Okay.
All right. 502-795-1997 is our number. But yeah, group therapy. Yes, Will, we're taking it seriously. We're going to try to help you out here on 99.7. DJX. Our listener Will has this roommate. She's great. There's one thing that she's not doing, and that is putting clothes on. She has hippie parents, walks around naked. Not that big of a deal to her, but to him, he's like, it kind of is.
Feels inappropriate, especially since you're dating someone else.
Yeah, you're dating someone else. There's no like any sort of like love interest between those two. And he's like, well, I mean, I guess he's not like, but we're contemplating, well, what if you bring around someone? Wouldn't that be awkward?
Exactly. Now, Eric and Madison brings up a really good question, like, why is she living with another guy in the first place instead of with her boyfriend? I mean, good question. Could be maybe she started dating this guy after she moved in with Will.
Maybe.
Not sure of
Maybe.
the timeline.
Joyce says, tell her it's unacceptable and to put some clothes on when she's walking around outside of her room. I mean, you never know who or what might pop up, LOL.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. What if he has company coming over? That kind of stuff.
I'm more focused on the or what. Or your crazy roommate stories, Vixen.
So I had this girl that worked with my husband at the jail, and she needed somewhere to go. So my husband was like, hey, can she stay with us for a while? She only stayed with us for 2 weeks before I packed all her and left it on my porch because she was letting her dog all over my house.
Oh, that's not fun.
You're telling Will, hey, look, it could be worse. You could have a roommate that has an animal that doesn't have control over its bowels.
Yeah.
All right.
It could totally be worse. Someone walking around naked is not that bad.
Thank you, Vixen.
You're welcome.
All right. Beth. She wrote in college, I caught my roommate on my bed, shaving her pubic region.
What?
When I questioned her about it, she simply said, you have a bigger window, so I get more natural light in here.
Oh,
like it was the most normal thing in the world.
Goodness. What? Why?
There's more natural light on your bed.
You do not do that anywhere other than the bathroom. What is wrong with people?
I mean, to be fair, maybe Beth's roommate didn't know that she was coming back from class so soon.
Wow. That is worse. That's way worse.
Karen, an old roommate once put a line of masking tape down the middle of our room, said I was only allowed to cross a line to enter and leave the room. As I was walking back to the dorm from class, I noticed my stuff in the middle of the quad. I go to my room to confront her and see a sock taped to my door with a note saying, does this look familiar?
Oh, my goodness.
Turns out, when I took my laundry down to the laundry room, a sock fell out of my basket, landed on her side of the room. Apparently, the appropriate reaction was to move all my belongings outside where they could be stolen or ransacked. I moved into an off-campus apartment after winter break.
Yeah, that is psychotic behavior.
Yeah, that's a bit nuts.
Psychotic.
See, Will? She could be like that.
Okay.
Masking tape down the middle of the apartment.
Are all of these stories meant to make him feel better
Maybe.
about his naked roommate and just forget about it?
Maybe, Mandy. My college freshman roommate once told me that I had to clean, and she didn't because my major was a lot easier than hers.
Oh, my God.
And she was going to have a really important job and needed to get good grades. Wow.
Can you be any more condescending?
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you are in an easier major than me, so I'm going to need you to clean.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I mean, this isn't the first time that we've talked about crazy roommates, right? You know, I've said on the show before that my freshman roommate in college, he slept with like a 10-inch knife under his pillow. And that
feels weird.
Yeah, and it was weird. And I asked him about it, and he said, you just never know. And I was like, okay. And he slept on the bottom bunk, I on the top, so I felt kind of safe because,
I was going to say, he's your line of defense.
Right,
he's
my line of defense.
So you can rest easy knowing he's got your back.
If there would have been someone who's decided, you know what, I'm going to go to the second floor of Cotterman Hall to the corner room, and I'm going to see what's in there, he's going to be ready.
But then you worked it out with an offering of Yoo-hoo, right?
Yes, that is right.
That was your bonding
I worked
moment.
at a deli at the time, and I brought home some chocolate drink, the Yoo-hoo, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to drink this. Do you want it? And apparently he loved the stuff and was like, yes.
And that's when you decided not to ever use the knife on you.
Right. And that's when he crossed me off the kill list, apparently. All right. Ashley Ashley said, every time I hear you all talk about this, I think, ooh, I've got a story. My roommate ate all my candy. Then I start hearing some of the stories and I want to run into oncoming traffic, as if y'all have some really wild people.
And she's all like, oh, you know what? Not that bad.
You know what? The whole
Not
eating all the
that
candy
bad.
thing, not a bad thing. Not a bad
My
thing.
stuff didn't end up in the quad. I'm good.
All right. Well, I don't know if we helped you or not, but
I don't think we did.
Communication, just letting her know that, hey, I am kind of uncomfortable about this.
Well, he already did. He needs to go to the boyfriend. That's the factor we don't know. Does the boyfriend know she's walking around naked in front of another dude?
All right. Well, then take Kelly's advice. Do that.
Yeah.
And good luck. Report back. That is group therapy.